The other day I got an email from a woman I follow who works with the same demographic I do, midlife women in either perimenopause or beyond. And she was talking about her experience with intermittent fasting and how at one point she had really overdone it and did some damage to her hormones. And I can relate to that. But she went on to give her intermittent fasting schedule, hopefully just as an example and not as a suggestion, because several days a week she said she does 16-8 fasting. So that's 16 hours of non-eating and 8 hours that you eat all your food in an 8-hour fasting window. But then 2 days a week she does a 24-hour fast and eats one meal a day. I have some definite opinions on intermittent fasting. Personally, I do intermittent fast. To some extent, we all do because you sleep, right? But I used to fast for way too long, and I am pretty certain that that in part is what screwed up my thyroid, among other things. I used to also work out fasted, which I have now learned is not at all optimal for women in midlife. Now, I think fasting has some definite benefits as far as brain health, gut health, longevity. We definitely need some digestive rest, but a lot of women are fasting to skip a meal or to lose weight, and the science is just not there to support it, especially for women in midlife. Now, there was a study that came out, I think last year, that said fasting or time-restricted eating is no better than a calorie deficit to lose weight. So taking fasting to extreme causes some problems, especially if you're in perimenopause, when your hormones are already all over the place. We're already at a place of higher cortisol and higher stress, and extended fasting is a stressor to the body. Okay, now circle back to that email from the lady. She said several days a week she does a 16-8 fast. Now, I know a lot of women that do that. I know a lot of fitness professionals that promote that. And if that works for you, that's great. If you can get all of your macros in, all of your micros in, all of your calories in, and you're feeling strong in your workouts, great, have at it. But several days a week, she does a 24-hour fast and one meal a day. That's where I have a bit of an issue. Okay, so you get one meal a day. And for me, I have a protein goal of 120 to 130 grams of protein per day. So if I'm eating one meal a day, what's the likelihood that I'm going to hit 120 grams of protein in that one meal? Not very good. And also, if you're waiting 24 hours between your fast and you're going to have one meal a day, there's a good chance that you're detaching from your natural hunger cues. I knew a woman that was doing extended intermittent fasting a few years ago and was doing things like, drinking black coffee and chewing gum so that she can get to her window. I don't recommend this. And my very last point is this. Fasting is a stressor to the body, and in midlife, we're less resilient to stress than we used to be. Fasting and extended fasting also causes muscle protein breakdown, the exact thing that we're trying to avoid. So if you're taking extended fasts, you're likely working out in a fasted state, which is going to continue that muscle protein breakdown.